Yes, guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. It's Gabby here. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you're new here, my name is Gabby. I'm just a normal guy trying to make it big in this world. Now, in all seriousness, today's video is a bit different because I'm not vlogging. This isn't a vlog. This isn't like a where am I going. I just want to talk about life because I'm hella stressed right now. I'm not gonna lie. If you can't tell, look at my eyes, bro. I slept last night, which isn't common. Like, it is common for me in the UK, but since I've been in America, I've been sleeping well, doing the right stuff. I feel energized because whenever I go to a different country and stuff, I always feel like I'm more focused. You know what I'm saying? So this past week I had on, last week, was actually a very good week for me on TikTok and generally on socials. I was growing as a person. I really did well in terms of numbers, like pulled in an insane amount of views and followers. So appreciate anyone that's following me and keeping them up to date. Yeah, I had a bit of a roadblock, which was kind of unexpected. And a lot of people wouldn't have noticed because, like, you know, I've posted a lot of videos, but yeah, I was basically sitting there. I think it was 2 days ago now. This is like the third day. I was sitting there late night, just chilling, minding my own business. I swear I was on the phone. Nice babes, by the way. I was on the phone with. Nice girl, really like her. I swap accounts, go into my backup account just to check one or two things like I always do. I always swap between my accounts. Since I've been in the US, I've been swapping in between my accounts. Bear in mind, I got a US SIM now, you know, just to show, just because I'm traveling, I thought it'd be easier. I need data and stuff, right? So I have a US SIM. I check and my main account is gone. I panicked. I got up quickly. I said, something ain't right. I checked, I'm not banned. My account's still active, but I was logged out by TikTok itself. I was not hacked. I was logged out by TikTok itself. I think there was a problem within security where they thought I was logging out, logging in. I wasn't who I actually am, and maybe they thought I was some intruder on my own account, right? So that's probably fine. Mistakes happen, and you know the problem with TikTok is like they have robots and stuff that manage their stuff, which is kind of annoying because you can't actually talk to a real person. Or you can, but it's really hard. So that's currently in the process of fixing right now. I've submitted, you know, appeals and reports to try and get the issue resolved, which hopefully I do within the next couple of days. The thing about me is that when I get in a situation like this, right, and something happens, bro, I panic, bro. I can be doing so well. One thing happens and I just go down. And that's been like my main thing that's been holding me back in my life for the longest time. Like, I'm such a like all in or all out person in terms of everything, and that's a good mindset to have. But in terms of, like, you know, when things are going bad, yeah, it ain't good. And the thing about me, I've been thinking about am I bad? What am I gonna do? Like, I got so much things to think about right now. This on top of it is just ruining it. But it's calm. Like, I've gone to the point now where I've kind of understood that these things actually take time, and realistically, it's not been that long. It's been 2 days. Today's the third day, and these things usually get resolved within 5 days max. So hopefully, because I'm a decently sized creator on the app, I get access. But apart from that, like, I feel like I should give you, man, a bit of backstory as to who I actually am, right? Because I feel like you, man, see me online. If you're from the TikTok, you'll see me online. You'll see me, like, doing 1, 2 things, talking about my stories, meeting this girl, doing that girl, mad. Going here, going there. You might not actually know who I am, right? So I thought I'd give you a bit of backstory into, like, how I actually started all of this, right? So, okay, I want to take you, man, 8 months, basically 9 months, let's say almost a year, right? Back in the past. I was living at home, and if you know me personally, you'll know that I was always a footballer in my whole life. That was what I wanted to do. That was my passion. Back before girls, before I was going after girls and trying to meet this girl and do this and travel here and go there, all I was focused on was football, bro. That was like my whole life. It's so weird because, like, I never talk about football anymore. So I was a footballer up until the age of about 18. I went to a football college where it was basically predominantly, it was all men, all guys, and we just played football, and it was a good time. Low key, sometimes I think back to my education, maybe I should have taken it a bit more seriously, but you know, it is what it is. It's life, what can I really do about it now? So, yeah, so I was a footballer all my life, up until the age of 18, and then Gabby decided, you know, it's not really for me. I don't know, I kind of got put off when I went to men's football. I was playing in semi-pro, and I would see that it's more of a job rather than like something people do for fun anymore. Because I only like playing football because it was fun. I was competitive, but I don't know how to explain it. I wanted to enjoy myself. And I feel like the more we take it seriously, the more we go up in the levels, I realized that people don't take it as fun anymore, but it's more of like a career, a job. And that's one thing I never wanted to do, was have a job. All I wanted to do was live my life and do whatever I wanted and make my money and make my career that thing. But obviously, I got to the age of about 18 and I was like, you know what, I ain't really feeling it. I've been in this semi-pro club, whatever. So my parents turned to me, and this is kind of inner. I feel like I'm getting too in-depth into my life, but I'm really exposing myself for the camera right now. So then my dad turned to me at that stage, and back then when I quit football, I was low-key a bit sad. Like, I don't know, it was kind of my whole life just gone. My dad turned to me and he was like, okay, if you're not gonna, you know, play football, and you say you don't want to go to university, because at the time I never wanted to go to university, I didn't want to study. And I said, okay, if you're not going to do that, well, you have to get a job, because you're not going to just live here. Bear in mind, I just turned 18 at this point. So I was thinking, okay, cool. And I started doing delivery jobs, which I'm explaining in the a bit into it. Working for a parcel company, delivering parcels. They didn't pay me well, I ain't gonna lie. I'm doing a whole day's work, man's getting about £50 maybe, and I'm working for up to 7 hours, 8 hours. It depends on how many parcels I'm doing. Sometimes I'm doing 200, which might not sound like a lot to you, right? But imagine that's like 200 stops at different people's houses. So from the months of about August to about, I would say late, just after January, February, March, I was doing that, right? Just full time. 6 days a week I was going, delivering. I wasn't even making a lot of money, but my dad just wanted me to do something, I guess, innit? At the time of doing that, and this is something, again, that a lot of people wouldn't know, especially if you only knew me recently, or if you don't know me at all. I actually had another TikTok account, because social media was something I kind of wanted to do, but at the same time, it was like, I like doing this, but, you know what I'm saying? I was fresh and new to it. At the time, I was giving advice. I had an account, I was giving relationship advice, dating. How was Gabby giving it? You know, now I look back, I'm like, how was I, with all I was doing, giving this advice to people? Because I had no girlfriend at the time. Yes, I was meeting girls and doing my thing, but I had no girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? And I built up a following on there of about, I think, 60,000 followers. But deep within me, it was never something I actually really, really wanted to do, I was passionate about. I just did it because it worked, you know what I'm saying? And that's something I really wanted to change in the future. I was like, I don't want to do something because it's working. I want to do something that I actually like, and that's me, that's my personality. So, bear in mind, as I'm working at this parcel company, I'm also, you know, doing TikToks about this flipping relationship advice. I'm giving advice, got to the point where I was starting my own program. But then again, my heart was never in it, which is why it never really worked. Now, bear in mind, my account now, my main account, which is why this is why I'm upset. Like, I get upset about my TikTok account. It's not even just about the followers and the money and this and that. It's more about like the fact that it's like an identity, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've had that through the worst times of my life, right? And so, like, I don't want to lose that. So I had my backup account, which is my main account now, and I would just post first traps on there. I had it for the girls, I ain't gonna lie. And what happened in the end is that I actually switched. So I started making more videos on that account of just, you know, my experiences and what happens and daily life, talking about random stuff. And I started getting a bit of a following on there. I had one video got 24 million, and that what boosted me up and got me in like the program and stuff like that. I ain't gonna gatekeep when it comes to the program. You might wanna ask me questions about the money on TikTok, you know, how you get in, the advice on it. You might can ask me, I got you. You can leave your comments down below. Any questions you guys want me to answer, I got you. Got into the program that way. So technically I was getting paid, but I never actually used it. At this point, bear in mind, it's about March, I would say, right? It's about March. In the program, I got about 30,000 followers on that account for one video, by the way, because I've not really been posting a lot on it. It's a backup account. And I'm still living at home with my parents. Bear in mind, at this point, I had stopped working with the parcel guys to work with another. It's complicated. I was covering my friend who went away, and he worked at this takeaway place, delivery as well. This one was more strenuous though, 7 days a week. So for about 2 months, I was working 7 days a week, no life. Every day driving, doing this takeaway delivery, late, like these are long hours, bro. After about 2 months, I took a break of about a month of working, where I was trying to find out what I wanted to do, got into a bit of crypto, but then again, it wasn't me. Like all this stuff that generates money, but isn't you. For me, I would rather do nothing and make no money than do something that makes me money. Because I'm not necessarily passionate about money, but I'm more passionate about doing something I find fun that's also gonna bring me the money, you know what I'm saying? After a while of taking that break, my parents came out from holiday and they basically were hounding me, saying that I need to get a job, this, that, and that. In the midst of this, I had a very bad argument with my parents. So basically, in the midst of this argument, packed my bag and left my yard. Bear in mind at this point, I had not really any money to my name. I had some savings, not a lot, right? I ain't got nowhere to go. I took my brother's car. I ended up getting spotted by one of my boys for, this is gonna sound crazy, I slept on my friend's couch sofa for about a month. He let me in. Shout out to him. I'm not friends with him no more, but shout out to him because he helped me in a position where I was like down bad, bro. Like no money, no plan, not trying to go back to the yard. Like I basically just left home in it, and I was like, I'm gonna figure this life thing out by myself. In that month, I've spent time looking for jobs. At this time, bear in mind, I've got the TikTok accounts, but I'm not even focused on it at this point. I'm not even thinking about creation, content creation, or nothing like that. I'm just thinking about how I can make bread quickly so I can find a place to stay. Because I was slightly getting the feeling that, yes, I'm welcome. They're welcoming me into their house, but then again, you don't want to overstay your welcome. Even me staying there for a month was a drag because I wasn't meant to stay there for that long. In the midst of it, I've got into a takeaway shop, the same one I was working at before, spoken to a couple of guys and finally found a place I could stay, a room to rent in a nice house in like my city center of where I live. So I've moved in there. Bear in mind, as I've moved in there, I ain't got no bread. I've only got enough money to pay for 1 month worth of rent and no job. So I really put myself on the line there because I've just said, you know what it is? Risk it. So I've done that. I've paid the rent and I've said to myself, Gabby, find a way to make this money. So I've gone back to doing delivery jobs. Anything. A guy calls me up, money there, I'ma do it. At this point, I'm not gonna lie, this was when I feel like I reached rock bottom in terms of like, I don't wanna call it depression, but that's the only really thing to call it, because like I feel like there's the big difference between like sadness, because I felt sad before and I felt depressed. Like when you're sad, it's like there's a reason behind it. But I feel like more when I was depressed like this, there wasn't a specific reason behind it. I was just like constantly just sad and stressed. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't do nothing like that. And that was a long period. But that first month moving out, living in my own place, bear in mind at this point, I ain't talked to my parents in a minute. They don't know where I'm staying. My brother, my siblings are trying to keep in contact with me. I'm not really contacting them. I'm kind of just in my own world, just, this is it. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't really got no purpose. I ain't really got no plan. I'm just doing anything I can, picking up. And when I'm saying I'm picking up jobs, I'm getting little job here, getting paid like £40. Like I ain't really getting no bread to really pay my rent and stuff like this. So at this point, it must have been a cold day. Sorry guys, seems like my SIM card is almost getting full, so I ain't gonna front. I'm gonna make it as quick as I can to shorten and summarize. So it must have been a month in May. A time in May, sorry. And I'm sitting there in the car after going back to because when I was down bad like that, I ended up actually going back to my old parcel delivery job I told you man earlier about. So I've gone back there, I'm doing shifts there, but then again, bro, I ain't even waking up on time because I ain't got no sleep. I'm driving around, I'm like a headless chicken. This is like the pinnacle of my depression, like down bad stage. Like it was just a sad time. Like generally, I was just isolated, and I feel like even though I was moving out, I moved out with guys that they were like they're my friends now. At the time, I wasn't talking with them, so I was really just lonely. So obviously, I finished the shift now, and I'm in my car, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself like, what can I even do? Then I remember, I don't know what happened to me. It's like God told me something. He just said, make this, just do something different, do something. And I don't know what happened. I just pick up the phone and I start recording a video on one of my first videos in May when I actually picked up on my account. I've made that video now, not think for anything of it. It's just another story time of something that happened way back. And I've just recorded this video and I've made it and I've posted it. I go yard now. Next thing I'm seeing, I'm getting paid for this video, first of all, and it's on like 11 million views, this video, 11 million. And after I saw that, and I thought to myself, like, bro, you can really make a life out of this. That's the moment I just switched my focus and I said, you know, I'm done with this jobs. I'm done with the stress. I'm done with the sadness. I'm just gonna go for it. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, that's where Gabby was really created. Because after that, I really just went all in, fully immersed myself in the experience, and I've loved it ever since. That's why I love everyone that supports me, everyone that, you know, follows me, everyone that, you know, even if you've liked a video, I appreciate you because you've taken time out of your day to do that. So I really appreciate that. But yeah, that's really the story and how I got started. From there, it just went uphill. Thank God. And yeah, that's really my story. So I know it's a bit of a different video for you guys, but let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and let me know down in the comments what type of videos you want me to do next. Any questions you guys want me to answer, I got you. But I appreciate you guys for staying around for this.